Chicago, the second city, the Windy City, a city with many nicknames, all reflections of its gritty, hard-working spirit. It's real, it's raw, and it's brimming with a soul that's hard to find elsewhere. Maybe it's the wind whipping off Lake Michigan or the rumble of the L train overhead. Chicago is a city that never sleeps, where blue-collar grit meets world-class sophistication. You see it in the architecture, a bold blend of soaring skyscrapers and classic brownstones. You taste it in the food, from deep-dish pizza to Michelin-starred restaurants. Chicago demands to be experienced, to be devoured, to be lived. This is Chicago, my friends, and it's waiting for you. Now I know what you're thinking. Chicago? Isn't that the place with the giant bean and the deep-dish pizza? Sure, but there's so much more to this town than meets the eye. This isn't just a city of tourist traps and postcard-perfect views. Chicago is a city with layers, like an onion, each one revealing a new facet. You've got your iconic landmarks, like the Willis Tower piercing the sky, and the Art Institute, home to incredible masterpieces. But then you stumble upon a hidden speakeasy or a blues club pulsating with raw energy. Chicago rewards the curious, the adventurous. Are you ready? I remember my first time in Chicago. It was a cold, blustery day, the kind that chills you to the bone. I was here to film an episode of No Reservations, and I had no idea what to expect. I'd heard stories, of course, about the city's rough edges, its no-nonsense attitude, but what I found wasn't intimidating at all. It was real. From the moment I stepped off the plane, I felt a certain energy, a pulse that vibrated beneath the surface. It was in the way people carried themselves, the way they talked, the way they looked you dead in the eye when they shook your hand. This wasn't a city that tried to be anything other than itself, and that, I realized, was its charm. Over the years, I've returned to Chicago countless times, each visit revealing new treasures, new stories, new flavors. I've eaten my way through mountains of deep-dish pizza, devoured countless Chicago hot dogs, pulled the ketchup, and sipped more than my fair share of local craft brews. But more importantly, I've connected with the people, the heart and soul of this incredible city. Chicago is a city that gets under your skin. It's a city that stays with you long after you've left. It's a city that I, for one, am proud to call my kind of town. So, come on, let's dive in and explore this amazing city together. You won't regret it. All right, folks, let's kick things off with a Chicago classic, the Magnificent Mile. This ain't your average shopping street. This is a goddamn institution. We're talking luxury boutiques, department stores that'll make your head spin, and enough high-end brands to satisfy even the most discerning fashionista. But don't let the fancy facade fool you. There's more to this stretch of Michigan Avenue than meets the eye. Yeah, you got your Gucci, your Prada, your Tiffany & Co., all the usual suspects. But tucked between these temples of consumerism, you'll find hidden gems like the historic Water Tower Place, an architectural marvel that survived the Great Chicago Fire. And keep an eye out for the quirky sculptures and public art installations scattered along the way. They add a touch of whimsy to the opulent atmosphere. Now, I'm not much of a shopper myself. I'd rather spend my time digging into a plate of pierogies than browsing designer handbags. But even I got to admit, there's a certain energy on the Magnificent Mile that's infectious. It's the buzz of the city, the constant motion, the feeling that anything is possible. So, grab your wallet, or maybe leave it at home if you're like me, and take a stroll down the Magnificent Mile. Soak up the atmosphere, window shop till you drop, and maybe treat yourself to a scoop of gelato from one of the many sidewalk cafes. You deserve it. Next up, we're heading to Millennium Park, a shining example of Chicago's commitment to public art and urban green spaces. This ain't your grandma's park, folks. We're talking cutting-edge architecture, world-renowned sculptures, and enough photo ops to fill your Instagram feed for weeks. First things first, you gotta pay your respects to the bean. I know, it's touristy as hell, but there's a reason why Cloud Gate, yeah, that's its official name, but let's be real, it's the bean, is so damn popular. This giant, reflective sculpture is like a distorted mirror to the city skyline, and it's impossible not to be mesmerized by its shape-shifting facade. Once you've had your fill of bean gazing, wander over to Crown Fountain, an interactive video sculpture that's both playful and thought-provoking. Watch as images of Chicagoans' faces are projected onto two towering LED screens, their mouths opening and closing as if they're spitting water into the reflecting pool below. It's weird. It's wonderful. It's Chicago in a nutshell. And don't even get me started on the J. Pritzker Pavilion, a state-of-the-art outdoor concert venue designed by the legendary Frank Gehry. This architectural masterpiece hosts free concerts throughout the summer, attracting everyone from world-famous musicians to local talent. Trust me, there's nothing quite like catching a show under the stars in Millennium Park. Now, no trip to Chicago would be complete without a visit to Navy Pier, a bustling entertainment hub that juts out into Lake Michigan. This place has been a Chicago institution since the early 1900s, and it's still going strong today, attracting locals and tourists alike with its mix of attractions, restaurants, and that undeniable lakefront charm. Look, I'll be honest, Navy Pier can be a bit of a tourist trap. You got your caricature artists, your souvenir shops hawking cheesy t-shirts, and enough deep-fried food to clog your arteries for a lifetime. But if you can look past the kitsch, there's still plenty to enjoy here. Take a spin on the iconic Ferris wheel for breathtaking views of the city skyline and the vast expanse of Lake Michigan. Catch a Broadway-caliber show at the Chicago Shakespeare Theatre, or simply wander along the pier, taking in the sights and sounds of this vibrant waterfront destination. And if you're feeling peckish, skip the tourist traps and head straight for Giordano's, a Chicago institution that serves up some of the best damn deep dish pizza in town. Trust me, their stuffed pizza is worth the wait. All right, folks, hold on to your hats because we're going up, way up, to the top of Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower, but let's be real, everyone still calls it the Sears Tower. At a staggering 1,450 feet tall, this iconic skyscraper held the title of the world's tallest building for over 2 decades, and it still offers some of the most jaw-dropping views in the city. Now, I'm not usually one for heights, but even I got to admit, there's something exhilarating about standing on the sky deck, a glass-enclosed observation deck that juts out from the building's 103rd floor. You're literally standing on air, with nothing but a sheet of glass separating you from the bustling streets below. On a clear day, you can see for miles in every direction, taking in the sprawling cityscape, the sparkling waters of Lake Michigan, and even the neighboring states of Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan. It's enough to make you feel small and insignificant in the best possible way. But the real thrill comes from stepping out onto the ledge, a series of glass boxes that extend out from the sky deck, offering unobstructed views straight down to the street below. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you're feeling brave, it's an experience you won't soon forget. All right, folks, let's shift gears and head south to Museum Campus, a sprawling lakefront park that's home to some of Chicago's most beloved cultural institutions. Whether you're a history buff, a science geek, or just appreciate a good dose of culture, Museum Campus has something for everyone. First up, we gotta pay our respects to Sue, the largest, most complete, and best preserved Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton ever found. She's the crown jewel of the Field Museum, a natural history museum that's guaranteed to spark your inner child's sense of wonder. From ancient Egyptian tombs to dazzling displays of gemstones, the Field Museum is a journey through time and across cultures. Next door, you'll find the Shed Aquarium, home to over 32,000 aquatic animals from around the world. Get up close and personal with beluga whales, marvel at the graceful movements of sharks, and explore the vibrant coral reefs of the Caribbean. The Shed Aquarium is an unforgettable experience for all ages, and it'll leave you with a newfound appreciation for the wonders of the underwater world. And last but not least, we have the Adler Planetarium, Chicago's very own window to the cosmos. Explore the mysteries of the universe, learn about the latest discoveries in space exploration, and catch a glimpse of the stars in the planetarium's state-of-the-art theater. The Adler Planetarium is a must-visit for anyone who's ever looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of awe and wonder. Let's get one thing straight. I hate the word hipster. It's thrown around so carelessly, a catch-all for anything remotely trendy. But Wicker Park and Bucktown are the epicenter of Chicago's hipster scene. These neighborhoods are a haven for artists, musicians, and anyone who marches to the beat of their own drum. Walk down Milwaukee Avenue and you'll find vintage clothing stores, independent bookstores, and record stores with vinyl gems. Wicker Park and Bucktown also have innovative restaurants. And when the sun goes down, the energy kicks into high gear. Dive bars with live music spill out onto the sidewalks, and intimate cocktail lounges serve up handcrafted concoctions. Now, if Wicker Park and Bucktown are the cool kids on the block, then Lincoln Park is their slightly more sophisticated, older sibling. Don't get me wrong, this neighborhood knows how to have a good time, but it also appreciates the finer things in life, like sprawling green spaces, world-class museums, and tree-lined streets lined with elegant brownstones. The heart of Lincoln Park is, of course, the park itself. This sprawling oasis on the lakefront is a welcome respite from the hustle and bustle of city life. Go for a jog along the lakefront trail, have a picnic under the shade of a willow tree, or simply lose yourself in the beauty of the Lincoln Park Conservatory, a Victorian-era greenhouse filled with exotic plants from around the world. But Lincoln Park is more than just a pretty face. It's also home to a thriving cultural scene. Catch a Broadway quality show at the Steppenwolf Theatre, explore the fascinating world of zoology at the Lincoln Park Zoo, or wander through the galleries of the Peggy Notebert Nature Museum, a hidden gem that's both educational and visually stunning. And when hunger strikes, Lincoln Park has something to satisfy every craving. From cozy cafes serving up gourmet coffee and pastries, to Michelin-starred restaurants pushing the boundaries of culinary innovation, this neighborhood has it all. Section 3. Hyde Park. A world within a city. Hyde Park, home to the University of Chicago, is a neighborhood where intellectual curiosity thrives. Walk down the Midway Plaisance, surrounded by architectural marvels like the Museum of Science and Industry. Inside, interactive exhibits explore everything from sound to the human body. Hyde Park isn't just academia and museums. On 53rd Street, find independent bookstores, cafes, and international restaurants. Grab a bite at Valois Cafeteria. Enjoy Middle Eastern fare at Cedars. As the sun sets, head to Promontory Point for a breathtaking sunset over the city skyline. Reflect on the day's adventures and soak up the unique energy of this neighborhood. Hyde Park is a blend of intellect, culture, and community. Section 4. Pilsen. A celebration of culture and art. Pilsen, named after the Czech city, is a vibrant neighborhood rich in art and culture. Stroll down 18th Street, the heart of Pilsen's commercial district. Shop for handcrafted goods, sample authentic Mexican cuisine, and soak up the lively atmosphere. Visit the National Museum of Mexican Art, showcasing the beauty of Mexican art and culture. Explore art galleries featuring works of both established and emerging artists. Catch a live music performance at Thalia Hall, a historic theatre. As the sun sets, head to Dusek's Tavern in a beautifully restored building. Order a locally brewed craft beer and enjoy the lively atmosphere. Pilsen is a testament to the power of art, community, and cultural preservation. It's a neighborhood where history and modernity coexist. Experience the vibrant spirit of Pilsen. Section 5. Logan Square. Emerging Eclecticism. Logan Square is transforming into one of Chicago's most exciting destinations. Start at the Logan Square Farmers Market, a beloved neighborhood tradition. Browse fresh produce, sample artisanal cheeses, and mingle with locals. Wander down Milwaukee Avenue, exploring vintage clothing stores, bookstores, and art galleries. Grab coffee at Intelligentsia Coffee or a pastry at Bang Bang Pie and Biscuits. As the sun sets, head to the Whistler, a cozy cocktail lounge. Order a handcrafted cocktail and soak up the lively atmosphere. Logan Square is a neighborhood in constant flux. It's a blend of old and new, tradition and innovation. Discover the eclectic charm of Logan Square. Let's talk about the deep dish in the pan. Chicago's deep dish pizza is an experience, a commitment. The crust is thick and buttery, filled with cheese, chunky tomato sauce, and toppings. Everyone has their favorite deep dish joint. Lou Malnati's, Gino's East, Pequod's. Find a spot, pull up a chair, and prepare to be amazed. Go hungry and ask for extra napkins. Deep dish is a meal meant to be shared and savored. It's the stuff of legends. Chicago's culinary scene is a melting pot of flavors. Juicy Italian beef sandwiches, Polish sausages, and soul food are just the beginning. Michelin-starred restaurants, cozy taquerias, and everything in between. Explore the city's diverse culinary landscape. Venture beyond the deep dish and try something new. Chicago's food scene is a reflection of its diverse population. Discover new flavors and culinary innovations. Enjoy the rich history and vibrant food culture of Chicago. Let's talk hot dogs, folks. Chicago hot dogs are culinary masterpieces. Toppings include mustard, relish, onions, a dill pickle spear, tomato, sport peppers, and celery salt. No ketchup allowed. Every bite is an explosion of flavors. Everyone has their favorite hot dog stand. Look for the lines and hungry smiles. Enjoy the unique taste of a Chicago hot dog. Chicago knows how to satisfy a sweet tooth. Garrett popcorn shops offer caramel corn and cheese corn. Rainbow Cone serves multi-flavored ice cream cones. Swedish Bakery in Andersonville offers traditional Swedish pastries. Try their legendary cardamom rolls and princess cake. Chicago's sweet treats are a feast for the eyes and taste buds. Indulge in the city's iconic desserts. Enjoy the nostalgic and delicious flavors of Chicago. Chicago's drink scene is vibrant and diverse. Craft breweries like Goose Island, Half Acre, and Revolution Brewing. Distilleries like Koval produce award-winning whiskeys and gins. Visit their distillery for a tour and tasting. Chicago's old-fashioned cocktail is a classic with a twist. Muddled with bitters, sugar, and garnished with an orange slice and cherry. Enjoy the art of craft spirits and cocktails. Discover the unique flavors of Chicago's drink scene. Chicago has green spaces tucked away between its skyscrapers. Garfield Park Conservatory is a botanical paradise. North Park Village Nature Center offers nature trails and fresh air. The 606 is an elevated park with stunning city views. Escape the city's frenetic pace in these hidden oases. Enjoy the tranquility and natural beauty. Discover the green side of Chicago. Find peace amidst the urban jungle. Chicago is a goldmine for vintage shopping. Wicker Park offers an eclectic mix of shops. Village Discount Outlet for vintage finds. Coco for vintage finds. Andersonville's Brown Elephant Resale Shop supports a good cause. Hyde Park's 57th Street Books offers used and rare books. Discover hidden treasures and unique finds. Enjoy the thrill of vintage shopping. Explore Chicago's second-hand treasures. Chicago's dive bars offer a relaxed atmosphere. The Hideout is a legendary neighborhood bar. The Long Room in Ravenswood has a cozy vibe. Maria's Packaged Goods and Community Bar in Bridgeport is a local gem. Enjoy cheap drinks, friendly service, and good conversation. Dive bars are where locals gather. Experience the authentic Chicago bar scene. Find your favorite dive bar in the city. Section 4. Offbeat entertainment beyond the main stage. Listen, Chicago's theater scene is legendary. From Broadway-caliber productions to experimental theater companies pushing the boundaries of the art form, there's no shortage of world-class entertainment in this town. But if you're looking for something a little different, something off the beaten path, something that'll make you think, feel, and maybe even question your sanity, then you need to explore Chicago's offbeat entertainment scene. Start your journey into the weird and wonderful at the Neo-Futurists, a theater company known for their fast-paced, experimental productions. Their signature show, Too Much Light Makes the Baby Go Blind, features 30 plays performed in 60 minutes, with the audience choosing the order in which they're performed. It's chaotic, it's hilarious, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. For a more immersive theatrical experience, check out The Annoyance Theatre, a small but mighty company known for their irreverent, often hilarious productions. Their shows are interactive, unpredictable, and guaranteed to leave you with a smile on your face. And if you're feeling really adventurous, head to The Hungry Brain, a cozy bar in Roscoe Village that hosts a variety of offbeat events, from storytelling nights to live band karaoke to puppet slams. You never know what you're going to get at The Hungry Brain, but that's part of the fun. A night at Green Mill. Chicago nights have a rhythm all their own, a jazzy, bluesy heartbeat that pulls you in. One cold night, I found myself at the Green Mill. The saxophone's sound washed over me. The Green Mill is timeless. A former hangout for Al Capone, history seeps from the walls. The air is thick with smoke, the lighting low and intimate. I ordered a whiskey neat and just listened. The music was hypnotic, each note a story. I closed my eyes, let the music wash over me. That night at the Green Mill stayed with me. Sometimes the best experiences are unexpected. Finding inspiration in unexpected places. Inspiration can come from anywhere. A chance encounter on a crowded street corner, a bite of food that transports you, or a quiet moment of reflection. One afternoon in Pilsen, I was looking for something to spark my creativity. The streets were alive with color, music spilled out from open doorways, and I felt a surge of energy. I ducked into a small gallery and met a young artist talking about her work. Inspiration isn't something you find, it's something you cultivate. It's about being open to new experiences and the beauty in the everyday. Embrace the unknown and be surprised by the world around you. Section 1. The Echo of the City, Chicago. It gets under your skin, into your bones. This city hums with a frequency all its own, a blend of grit and grace, of ambition and heart. I've eaten my way around the world, seen the sun rise and set over countless cities, and Chicago, well, Chicago stays with you. It's the echo of a blues riff on a smoky night, the laughter bouncing off brownstone walls, the scent of deep dish baking, all lingering long after you've left. So, come hungry, come curious, and come ready to listen. Chicago doesn't reveal itself easily. It demands to be explored, to be understood, to be lived. And when you finally tap into its rhythm, when you feel the pulse of the city thrumming beneath your feet, you'll understand. You'll understand why they call it the city of big shoulders, the second city that never takes second place. This is Chicago. Go find your own story.